Hello everyone, I'm Ty Malazar here with another news update, but before I get into that, let me give you a quick summary of the latest livestream. All 4 raid armor sets were shown off with the addition of the Age of Triumph armor. The armor ornaments make them look how raid armor should have been. Distinct, flashy, and downright damn cool, especially the Kratos End armor. If this was a contest, Kratos End armor would win any day of the week. Let's take a second to look at this. Look at it. It's just beautiful. You have to be a cold, heartless bitch not to enjoy that armor. And moving on to the next segment, we have the weekly raid features. Once you complete a challenge, you'll be able to open up the challenge chest and get a Age of the Triumph ornament token, which you could save. That's the best part. You could save this and use it on a different raid armor piece. Moving on to what's probably on everyone's mind is elemental primaries. Get this. Now there will be 2 versions of that gun, one being legendary with kinetic and the other an adept version, and this adept version will be exotic. And that will give you your elemental type, which personally Bungie should have done it back in the Taken King. They should have made primaries for raid at least exotic, so you can have a choice. You either use that exotic raid weapon for whatever reason, or you could use the legendary one and use an exotic heavy or an exotic sniper like Black Spindle. King's Fall and Wrath of the Machine will now have elemental primaries. Now, on a sad note, Black Hammer will not see a Year 3 version. It makes sense because if you have Black Spindle and Black Hammer, you're going to choose Black Hammer over Black Spindle because Black Hammer is not a exotic. So I agree with that. Now, on to the news. Senior designer Josh Henrik went on the record to clear up a few things after the latest livestream. The first thing he said, vendors will have a weekly rotating perks on armor and weapons. Thank fuck for that. There's a lot of weapons from every faction that would be pretty decent to have with the perfect roll if they didn't have such shitty perks on them right now. In bullet points, they listed the vendors that are affected by this change. Vanguard class vendors, Vanguard Quartermaster, Lord Shax, Crucible Quartermaster, that's the person across from Lord Shax, Dead Orbit, Future War Cult, and New Monarchy. Vendors that already have this function will continue as normal. The Speaker, Varix, and Shiro. Number 2, a new quest will be available to get Necrochasm. It will be interesting to see what the steps are and what is required to complete it to get it. Number 3, they said that every primary from every raid will have an adept version. Basically what I said earlier in this video. Number 4, and like I said earlier about the legendary primaries, they will not have an elemental burn, only the adept ones. Now, in preparations for Age of Triumph on March 28th, the weekly, heroic, and nightfall will not be available from 2 a.m. until 10 a.m. Pacific. Bungie also said that they could not restrict access to the weekly Crucible playlist, so if you complete your first match before 10 a.m., you will not get an Age of Triumph treasure box until the next weekly reset. This one's kind of interesting. The Mountain on Top Crucible quest will retire with the Age of Triumph. So if you want to finish that quest, do it now, or you may never do it again. Which, the way it sounds, you probably won't be able to do it after this. Now to the known issues. Local network fire team, SIVA key fragments, and skeleton keys will be addressed with this next update. Cosmo gave a little preview of the upcoming patch notes. First, he said Crucible dailies no longer have a subclass or a fire team daily to complete. Fixed an issue where a player on the surviving team could use Fireborn to continue the round when all enemies were dead. Moving on to the final thing, Deej said in a postscript, with it saying, "You were expecting something else? One milestone at a time, Guardian." If you don't know what that is, here, I'll show you a picture. It's quite interesting. We have a hunter with a Soar shotgun, a Titan in the middle with a Amalon auto rifle, and a Warlock. I can't tell what the Warlock's having, but it's a hand cannon of some sorts. It says beta in anticipation, and then at the top there's a September 8th release date. Funny thing is, last week I talked about the Daybreak modifiers, and there's 6 weeks starting from July 18th until the 22nd of August. Now the funny thing is, there's a week period with nothing in the schedule for Destiny, unless there's some type of secret live event they plan to do. Which I have my doubts for it, because they said this is the last live event, but there is a week that, like I said, there's nothing to do for a week until that supposed release date of Destiny 2. So I guess we just have to find out in September and see where it goes from there. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll have that Necrochasm, Year 1 Necrochasm video up pretty soon. I tormented myself with that. I mean, it was quite difficult trying to kill someone in the Crucible with Necrochasm. Okay, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.